Hi, I'm Steve Shelburne, owner and operator of Shelburne RV here in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee. Well, good morning. Hopefully everybody had a good, happy, safe holiday. Welcome back to Shelburne RV. First day back from the holiday. 24 hours ago it was 77 degrees and we were walking around in shorts. Today we've got snow on the ground. So welcome to Tennessee. So go around and show you a few things we got going on this morning and what we're doing. Came in this morning to that mess. Not sure what happened there, but I got to try to resolve that this morning. So good times there. But I got Mr. Lewis in there working on gluing down the floor in that 67 Airstream that you've seen us working on. Got that he's working on. And then over the holiday break, we got the roof on our 75 Winnebago Indian. Have a video coming out in the next week or so on that. And then they got done. I had a scattered few guys that were working over the holiday week, and we were closed. So we got this Cougar in here. I actually went through a hurricane down in Florida or Texas and messed up the roof. So it had a tree fall across the back of it. So Mr. Zach was actually able to go in here. All this phylon up here had come loose. And so he's got all that glued back on. And then down here on the bottom where you see the brackets for the door, over a period of time, they had actually pulled in and messed up the phylon on it. So the customer wanted us to put this nice piece of tread plate, aluminum tread plate around there. And then down on this right here where Zach, we had a problem that this metal framework that went across here, they actually put the plate on the back side of the angle iron that they used. And so it actually was pulling in. So we put some plates behind there to stiffen that. And hopefully that'll never pull in again. So should have that all done. And then the boys are working on getting the roof on that today. So hopefully here in the nice warm building, the material should go down a little better. So good times, but we're getting going this morning. I'll take you around and show you a few more things. So up here on this roof of this Cougar, you can see we had one sheet of plywood that had some issues. So they've got that off and getting ready to put that on there, and then we'll come through and get all this straightened up where it's got a nice curve on it, and then they'll go through and start taping everything like they normally do. But working on that this morning. Let's go around and look at some other stuff. All right, so we got another one of these Imagines by Grand Design that's come in again. If you saw in the video a couple videos ago, remember this had water problems in here. Same issue, flooding the whole bay here. So Brandon's got this new piece of anodized aluminum put in there. He'll peel that blue off there, and then we're going to build a piece to come across there and fix all that. This one's brand new, hadn't even been used a couple times, got a lot of water in it. But I'm gonna take you out here. Look what just pulled up. Cornwell Tool truck. We've been trying to get a tool truck in here for a year, and there's two trucks running around the Cleveland area, and I'm not gonna mention their name, but they rhyme with Napco, and they told me they were too busy to stop and let us buy tools from them. So imagine my surprise when I looked over at my neighbor's shop the other day and seen the Cornwell truck pulled up over there. So I made a beeline. And with me being such a fan of Stacey Davis's television show, and they're a big sponsor of Cornwell Tools, I was tickled to death to have my guys have a truck to buy tools from. So we're going to go in here and check this out. This is Mr. Darrell Hood, the owner. So we're going to look around and check out a few of his. He's got a nice truck right here, but you can see all his tools. I'm gonna turn this around and we look. So you can see he's got quite the tool assortment in here. Man, he's got a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna do a little shopping here. Brandon's in love, look at him. A little bit of a cold start for this morning, but we got this big Cougar that they're getting ready to roll the roof material onto. It's a little chilly out here, so we're going to get it rolled on, and I'm going to put it back in the big building with the heat. But extreme ply roofing material going on today. So we'll get all this put on there, and again we're gonna put it back in the big building with some heat so we can do all the fixtures. All right, so Brandon's out here working on a Phaeton motor coach with an Aqua Hot, and came in for a yearly service. So at the moment, you know, changing the nozzles out. He's gonna set the points on there to verify they're right, and then cleaning the burner chamber on there. And then you can see this one on the Phaeton's buried kind of way back inside of there. So he's gonna do that, and he's changing the filter and getting that all cleaned up, and then we're gonna recycle everything. But yeah, they kind of bury these things sometimes in here where they're just kind of a nightmare to get to them. So there you go, Brandon's get that. We'll do some more here in just a minute. So here's what you got going on with a guy that's working on an Aqua Hot that's in the middle of the camper. Poor old Brandon. Looked like a fish out of water right there. All right, James and John have got the new extreme ply rolled on here. So start on fixtures next, get that done. Well, we're gonna go around here and see what we got going on. Been in here working on a few things I've had to do. But I've got this big endeavor right here that Mr. Lewis has been working on. Came in, had a bad fan motor in the rear air conditioner. So he's got this Dometic Penguin air conditioner tore apart at the moment, working on changing out a fan blade. But one thing we did notice on this endeavor is, look at this trim right here. And this thing is pulled loose, not only right there, but all the way right down there where this awning topper, slide out topper's at. You can see it right there. Has just pulled completely loose from the camper, and has actually done the same thing on the other side. So got a little bit of work there to resolve that little situation. I'll take you over here and we'll look at this. But yeah, look at that right there. Just pulled all loose all down this the whole way down this side. So slide out topper have to be removed to get that under control. So a little bit of work involved in there. Let me turn this around. We're gonna walk around and check out some other stuff. All right, so they're over here on a big Diplomat, Mr. Brandon and Manny working on this big Diplomat. The floor has got some major issues where it's been leaking here. So we got to pull the floor out of this, and you can see right here where all that's come loose. And so that's a problem. A lot of floor repairs. Floors are always a big problem with water leaking in. So got that we got to take care of. Cousin Gary, I caught him working, putting a wheel bearing back in that camper right there. And Mr. Lewis in here working on his fan motor, getting that ready. Let's go out back. I'll show you where they're getting on this roof job. So James has been back here getting this roof finished up on this Cougar. We actually went in here and added this drip rail over the door. The customer had been having some water getting there, so we replaced the seals here and then put this drip rail with the little rain guards in right there to help keep that water from getting in the back of that bay right there. So we just rebuilt the back of that, you saw on that other video. So James has been up here. Looks like he's got all his fixtures sealed. They got the turn bar on there, and then this actually turned out real nice. And then we did this for the first time. You saw us talk about it at our show about the King Jack antennas, and we had this customer does a lot of traveling for work and wanted to be able to boost his cell signal inside the camper because he does a lot of streaming. So we added that and wired it all in, and it's got the receiver and the booster and all that stuff all put on there new. So yeah, they're coming along with that. This extreme roofing is looking really nice. So they've got a few more items to do right there. We've got the turn bar on, so coming along nicely. So Brandon's got this Imagine brought back down here and got it all finished up, and you can see we've gone in there and added that You saw that where we added that piece, and then we added this a little bit higher this time, and then put this nice trim around that. And of course, all this has been sealed all up inside there, so can't get any water down inside there. So yeah, it's just kind of the way the manufacturer needs to do it, but it's just not getting done that way. So we got it fixed over here on this Endeavor. Mr. Lewis has got the rail put back on there and putting the slide out topper back on. And then we're going to jump over here on this side and we'll look at that, and I'll get the video going so we can see what all is going on there. Well, a little bit of a cold start this morning. Trying to get some diesel fuel in my fire-breathing Dragon back there. So it looks like I'm going to be out of fuel, so I'm going to have to run and get some more. That heater burns right through it. So yeah, 75 degrees a week ago. Here we are putting fuel in the heaters, trying to keep warm in the paint back there in the paint shop. So yeah, good times. All right, got Mr. Lewis, cousin Gary up here working. You can see all these rivets that pulled loose all the way down here. So Lewis got to go ahead and drill all these out, and then they'll go back down there and rivet all that stuff. But look right there, cousin Gary. So we got this rail back on here, and you can see how many new rivets they put in this to get this held up here. I mean, this whole thing had fallen off. So now Lewis has got all the rivets back in, so he's going to go in here and seal all this, and then they're going to go ahead and put this awning slide out topper back on there. But yeah, this whole thing had pulled loose, you saw in the video. So a little bit of work involved drilling all those out, and then not only did they have to line the drip rail up with the molded pad, but obviously the holes in there, because we didn't want to drill all new holes. So they had to go through and put pins and all this to hold it in place so they could go back and rivet all this. So a little bit involved in doing that, but yeah, it turned out real good. And you see they had to do all the way down the other end. So got that handle. They're going to put the slide out toppers back on now. All right, Brandon's got the axle out of the fifth wheel that the wheel bearing blew out on. And then we got the shower trailer over here that he's been working on, trying to get some power situation changed out. It actually had a drop cord that came out of there, and they were just running out here. So we put this nice 50 amp plug in here, because if they go to a different spot, we want to make sure that they can adapt it down and do all that. They don't have to have a weird looking plug on the end of there. So got Mr. Brandon in here working on the Coleman lower assemblies, and they're getting heat strips put in them. So we got to get that changed out, but coming along on that. Okay, so I'm getting close to finishing up our week here at Shelburne RV. Got a lot of stuff coming up. Got this 4,000 watt generator that came in this morning off a horse trailer. We'll do a little video on it starting next week. And then the Gimpy camper is actually coming to see me next week, and we're going to do a 2-inch lift on his camper. So we're going to do a video on that. So I got to get these all painted up, and then we're going to head out of here today. So hope everybody has a great weekend, and remember, as always, this video is Cousin Gary approved.